Despair is getting closer as now people are only gonna wonder, okay, what does this mean? Does this mean that now Zeref is truly immortal and how it's gonna beat and blah 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 blah. That's one thing that people are gonna have a hard time accepting. But I have a feeling I know what's gonna defeat him. It's the power of love, because in the end, what he just did is powerful. But it's all. I have a feeling it's also an Achilles heel. All in all, besides the complaint, this is just a chapter about emotionality, as we see a cute cover page that is almost, note almost, all ship tease. One with Natsu and Grey sleeping near beside each other in a scene that is very similar to the one from Ravemaster. Grey and Juvia. Uh, and I have to note though that Levi and Gagiels looks the most naughty. I don't really know why. It almost looks like they're in the shower. Evergreen and Elfman, and actually Mira Jane and Luxus. There have been some ship tease, but not so much, so it's good. And of course, Jelal and Ersa. However, the rest is not so much. We actually see a picture of father and daughter, Kana and Gildarts. So okay, that felt a little bit a little bit weird. And also the two girls, Wendy and Charlotte. So what? What? Oh, you tell me Wendy is, well, never mind. And finally, it's Zeref and Mavis. Although, no, it's not exactly what this all is. It's more like love can be seen in many different places. Most of these are ship teas, except the father and daughter. And when they seen, well, I have no idea about that. Either way, on towards the chapter. Natsu prepared Dragon Force, and he was actually prepared on defeating Zeref, but Mavis actually interrupted because she wanted to talk to Zeref, but Zeref had that planned, as he begins to tell. Mavis proclaims she has a way to save him from his everlasting life. However, Zeref, having lived for so many long, says it is impossible. And we finally get one answered to us all. We have wondered, if Zeref is immortal, why does he fear Acnologia? He cannot die. And if you think about it, Zeref, I always thought Acnologia had a way to defeat Zeref, but no, Zeref's immortality is absolute, meaning, and Mavis's too, meaning that Acnologia can't kill him no matter how much he tries. And that is just why he is afraid of Acnologia, because he cannot die and he cannot defeat Acnologia, because once Acnologia destroys mankind, only he and Mavis and Acnologia will be left, meaning he will toy with them from every single day. Basically will become the one toys he can never destroy, his ultimate entertainment. That is truly tragic and nightmarish. Not listening to Mavis's cries, he begins to absorb her magic power in order to ferry heart. Elsewhere, the Pegasus one still run ahead, but it's but Acnologia is right after them. But Anna is actually clear that she can open the time lapse, surprisingly showing there's no one better than a celestial spirit mage to open a door. So one wonders if that will happen, but Acnologia is right ahead of them, as Gilar proclaims he will buy them some time. Okay, no death flags on him, thank you. If you're gonna do a death flag on him, please make it another Hiromashima troll moment. Finally, though, as Mavis's magic is disappearing, Zeref had one final moment for him, for him talking, where he actually says that he wants to go back and no longer be this one, and saying goodbye to Mavis, saying that although he is sad that he's saying goodbye to this world and to her as he sheds tears, this will once for all destroy and eliminate Acnologia and protect the one mankind. Zeref honestly believes that by rewriting history in the past, everything will vanish. And with that, and with tears in his eyes, he finally seems to have absorbed Fairy Heart. If you ask me, that doesn't exactly make 100% sense because, well, I thought Fairy Heart was infinity magic, but hey, I'm not complaining. So, with that, it seems that Mavis's magic is done but not gone. Zeref morphs into a new magic, infinite magic power, the power of a god which can overcome time, which is Zeref's Fairy Heart power. Takes on a new badass form. If it weren't for the fact that I am very sure we are not gonna see Ankh-Saram after all, I could almost swear that for a moment that Ankh-Saram was possessing him. But alas, that's not gonna happen. Either way, he has absorbed it now, becoming Zeref the White Mage, a power of infinite power. I always believed we will see Fairy Heart, but not like this, nor did I expect Zeref to win this. Despair is winning a whole lot, and we are actually gonna get an extra chapter. However, it will take a couple of hours, I think, depending on when it will be translated, for me, until I can, well, review it. Not that I'm really gonna review it, but given the spoilers of it, it seems that despair is only gonna increase more. All in all, just a chapter of some emotionality. I think I will feel a little bit more emotionality when I read it more. It's pretty sad on how Seraph is so determined to do this. It's an even more sadder for me is because, well, that Acnologia just cannot be beaten yet. I just want Acnologia to die already. Okay, I'll say it right now. I no longer care if time-lapse erases him. It's gonna be a loss, but I just want Acnologia to die already. He needs to be stopped. With him alive, despair is only gonna win even more. So yeah, the cover pages were cute. The chapter was okay in the emotionality. But the ending, yeah, that was a pretty badass picture. So give me your thoughts if you have any.